It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another game show, and today's game show is titled DRUPA Awareness. We got the big giant print show in Dusseldorf, Germany going on, and folks are going to that show, and I'm thinking, what better time to have a game show called DRUPA Awareness than during DRUPA? And ladies and gentlemen, I got some contestants. I put them in teams, and we're going to ask them some questions, and the team that wins is going to get a really, really big prize. A really big prize, so stay tuned for that. A lot at stake for these folks. But these folks come from different parts of the industry. And so let me introduce our teams to you. This team down here, they have a big giant printer in their basement, and they love to print church bulletins. And they're going to Dusseldorf to find their next big printer. They think they can print church bulletins for every church all over the world. There is a little conflict going on with this team, okay? One of the business partners believes that it's stupid to print church bulletins in the basement, because they believe it would be better to put them on the church's Facebook account and let the people in the church read them digitally. So there's a little bit of friction in that team, but at the end of the day, they're still going to Dusseldorf. The team in the middle, they own a printing company called Two Brothers Printing. It used to be called Mom and Dad Printing. Mom and Dad left it to the two boys. Now it's called Two Brothers Printing. They used to have a gigantic Heidelberg press. But the volume that Mom and Dad were doing, they're not doing. I mean, the volume is gone way down. So they have to go to Dusseldorf. They're looking for some of this inkjet production machines. They think that will be a whole lot better for them than trying to figure out how to repair the old Heidelberg press. I hope they can find what they're looking for. The couple down here on the end, interesting couple, okay? They don't like print. They used to print, and they used to work for an OEM selling print machines. And they said at one point in time, they could sell the print machines to the businesses because businesses were actually printing. But then businesses, they stopped printing so much, and they couldn't really get the commissions they were getting before, so they kind of left the industry. But they love to go to the print shows because when they get there, they get the bag. You know, you get a bag, and they run around from booth to booth, and they collect all the bling. They tell me that print shows give away some amazing bling. So ladies and gentlemen, those are our teams. Let's see who's going to win the big prize at the end. But we can't get the prize until we start asking the questions. So the very first question, let me just share how this is going to work for you. So I'm going to ask the question. They're going to hit the buzzer, and then a light's going to shine, and the answer is going to show up in their podium. So you ready? Let's do the first question. Where will you find the most printing in the world? Where will you find the most printing in the world? And the answer is, I hear a buzzer going off, DRUPA. They got it right. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, think about these OEMs. They have these big, giant print machines, and they're in their demo rooms and stuff, and really nobody's using them, and nobody's coming in to look at them, so they kind of just sit there, and every couple of years, every few years, they got to all get together in some kind of a big convention center in Dusseldorf, and they got to run these machines. Otherwise, you know, the tires that get kind of flat, you know, or the rollers, you know what I'm talking about. But there's a lot of reasons that you got to keep these things running. So they bring them to Dusseldorf and they run the crap out of them. People come up there and they look at these demos. They're getting all excited about all the stuff going through the machine. And of course, then they try to close them and the customer says, well, I don't really need one. I just think it's kind of cool looking. Whew. Let's see what the next question is. Which print OEM will see more recruiters than potential customers in their booth at DRUPA? Which print OEM will see more recruiters than potential customers in their booth at DRUPA? And the choices are Konica Minolta, HP, or Ricoh. I hear a buzzer going off, and the answer is Konica Minolta. You got it right. I believe that to be true. I believe that Konica Minolta, the booth at DRUPA, will have more recruiters in there looking for those folks that are showing the Konica machines. You know, and they'll say, hey, have you ever tried to show a Fuji machine? Maybe you ought to come over to us. You know, you might see some folks from Kyocera over there. Hey, you know, Konica Minolta, why don't you come over and look at our big, giant Tasky Alpha 50,000? Going to be a lot of recruitment going on, I think, in the Konica booth. Good answer. Right on the money. What is the most useless award in the industry? You know, the print OEMs, I like to get awards. And I have to tell you, I've been kind of beating this up a lot because there are some really stupid awards out there. But let's see if they got it right. I hear the buzzer going off, and it's Key Points BLI Award. Absolutely stupid award. Not an OEM in the world needs that award, but yet so many of them continue to pay for it. Totally nutty, totally nutty. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a round two. We got a round two coming up. Let's go to the next question. Which OEM produces the least revenue in industrial print? Which OEM produces the least amount of revenue in industrial print? And the choices are Ricoh, Konica Minolta, or Brothers Domino Business Unit. We all know the Brother Domino Business Unit. I just shared their financials, over $700 million in industrial print. It's amazing. Actually, that number, I mean, I know who's good. I know who produces the least amount. Let's see if the contestants do. I hear the buzzer going off. Konica Minolta, absolutely the lowest amount of revenue in industrial print between Ricoh and Brothers Domino Group. They're trying to get more print volume. I heard a rumor they were actually, putting some big machines out on trial. Don't worry about buying it. Just run some volume on it. Run some volume on it. We can tell people that we got all these machines out there. Even though we don't really have the revenue to match it, it'll be a good, compelling story. I don't know if it really is a good, compelling story. Let's see what the next question is. Which PC company believes permission to show up will be their great invention? Okay, we got a PC company that's also in the print business, a little hit. And they're running around talking about a permission to show up in the PC market. And they think it's their big innovation. Like they're going to change the world with this big innovation, which is really just a permission to show up. I hear a buzzer going off, and the answer is HP. HP. Nutty company. Running around talking about putting AI in PCs. They're going to be at Dusseldorf. You should go by their booth and see if they have any AI in the big giant print machines. Ask them, you got any AI in the big giant print machines? And maybe they'll be able to help you understand better the hybrid worker. They talk about the hybrid worker a lot, AI and PCs, and basically everything they talk about is just a permission to show up. So I'm not real excited about HP, and I don't think there'll be a whole lot of people in their booth at the Dusseldorf DRUPA show. Okay, next question. What does DRUPA mean? I mean, DRUPA, D-R-U-P-A, what the hell's that stand for? There's three choices, ladies and gentlemen, three choices. Dusseldorf, reuniting unrealistic printing ambitions. Dusseldorf, reuniting unrealistic printing ambitions is one. Dusseldorf, recruiting unemployed print associates. Dusseldorf, recruiting unemployed print associates. And the third choice is Dusseldorf reimagines unrealistic print ambitions. Dusseldorf reimagines unrealistic print ambitions. I gotta tell you, those all seem like they could be the right answer. I hear a buzzer going off. Let's see what it says here. All choices are correct. Boy, these contestants are doing a hell of a job. They got that one right as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I can only say this. We have to have a one-question bonus round. And whoever gets this question right, guess what? They're going to win the big giant prize, and I'll share that prize with you in a second. But here's the question. When will Fujifilm buy Konica Minolta? When will Fujifilm buy Konica Minolta? And the choices are 2024, 2025, or 2026. I hear a buzzer going off, and it says Fuji buys Konica Minolta in 2025. I really believe that's a real possibility. I really believe that's a real possibility. Well, it looks like the couple that has the big giant machine in the basement that wants to print the church bulletins is the winner. So let's see what they won. Could they have won something they could use in the basement? Well, ladies and gentlemen, they sure as hell did. They get a free trial on a KM1 for 2 years, all supplies and service included. Can you believe this? This is an amazing prize. The Konica Minolta KM1, a free 2-year trial, all supplies and services included. I hope you all enjoyed today's game show, and everybody watching me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all on Monday.